to make it happen. Let me make sure I have all of my notes up in the right spot, and I do. Okay, so my name is Tamani Mwandani. I'm a contributing member to the Black Gold Nation movement. Our ultimate goal is to build power for Black people nationwide and around the world by establishing communities that have influence, value, and power. To do that, we have to connect with our people in a meaningful way, have to connect with the right people in a meaningful way, and then give our people solutions, concrete, proven solutions that we can use to move our people forward. So that is what we're all about, putting our people in a position to win, because we can own and control the environment. Now, to do that, we need a lot of things, but fundamentally, we need three things: people on the ground that are ready to do, not just talk; people in leadership positions that know how to do, that are willing to teach people on the ground how to do, so that we can push back and implement some serious concrete solutions. And of course, we need a way to protect all of it, because if you did not know, every single thing we've done in this country to move ourselves forward has been targeted for destruction and destroyed by this American government. So if we're going to do this, we have to be serious about what we're doing. We have to know how we're doing it, and we have to put ourselves in a position whereby when we are doing it, we are surrounded with multiple layers of security. So the title, the quote and the title for today's live broadcast, the quote comes from one of my mentors, a sister in she's out of California, was actually a Black Panther, but moved to Houston and has been extremely influential and powerful in getting Black people to move in the right direction politically and socially here in the greater Houston area. Her name is Ada Edwards. And she would always say at the end of her radio broadcast, when she had a radio show here in Houston, that no one can do everything, but if everyone does something, everything will get done. No one can do everything, but if everyone does something, everything will get done. And today's title is Everyone Has a Role to Play, 500 Million Reasons to Play Yours, and a realistic game plan for doing so in 7 minutes. And this broadcast is already at the 2-minute mark, so let me zoom through this thing. Again, that title is Everyone Has a Role to Play, 500 Million Reasons to Play Yours, and a realistic game plan for doing so in 7 minutes. So our reality in 2019, I've been giving a number of issues that we're dealing with in this country moving forward. I don't want to go through that entire list because, again, that usually takes about 10 to 12 minutes. I'm going to give you the top 7 that we are facing as a people here in America and why we must absolutely do something for ourselves. So I'm only going to give you the top 7 as I see them. The first one, as of February 2017, every state in this country, the United States, was investing more in juvenile prisons than schools. And you can now buy stock in those prisons. That's the first one. The second one, of our children, Black children that live and exist in America's inner cities, because of the levels of physical, mental, and spiritual violence and trauma that exist in these cities, a major study has shown that some 46.5% of our children, Black children, suffer from post-traumatic stress disorder, which is a condition that's normally found in some 11 to 20% of combat veterans. So our children, Black children who live in and around America's inner cities, are suffering from post-traumatic stress syndrome at a rate that's twice as much as people who have been to combat. That's the second one. The third one, food deserts, which are defined as areas that have limited access to affordable and nutritious food, exists in almost every predominantly Black community in this country. The fourth one, purge activity, which is defined as assassinations, murders, kidnappings, organ and sex trafficking, crimes committed against Black people in Black masks and skins by people who are not Black in our communities nationwide. Purge activity is happening in our communities nationwide, which is something that we have to deal with. That's the fourth one. The fifth one, the Department of Homeland Security and a recent study has found that state and local law enforcement agencies nationwide have been infiltrated with neo-Nazi members, and secret terrorist cells have been started and developed to terrorize Black and Latino residents. That is the fifth one. The sixth one, our communities have been overran and are being destroyed via redlining, gerrymandering, and gentrification, which is political power working at its finest against us and not for us. The sixth one is over 900 white supremacist organizations in America are in existence right now today. That's something that we have to deal with. And a large majority of those organizations have been training for a race war for a very long time. And the last one, which is probably the heaviest one across the board, Donald Trump recently, this week, retweeted a quote from a right-wing pastor. And that quote is, If the Democrats are successful in removing the president from office, it will cause a civil war-like fracture in this nation from which our country will never heal. Donald Trump retweeted that tweet from a conservative pastor. And as soon as he retweeted that, groups like the Oath Keepers and the 3%ers, which are armed militia groups, responded with such tweets as, all you have to do is come out on Twitter or national media and call us to arms. And we will show the world once again that America has the largest freestanding army with weapons and firepower that they can't even begin to fathom. You will have an army at your side at a moment's notice, Mr. President. All you have to do is say the word. So we have the United States President, Donald Trump, saying that if I am removed from office, there's going to be a civil war type fracture in this country. And then you have right-wing armed militia members saying to the president, per that retweet, all you have to do is give us the word, Mr. President. So I think those are actually 8. It was supposed to be the top 7. So I'll say the top 8. Those are the top 8 things. And again, there is a lot more. But those are the top 8 things that we're facing in this country that we Black people have to deal with if we're going to win and move ourselves forward. Again, the quote for today's live broadcast is, no one can do everything. But if everyone does something, everything will get done. And the title of today's live broadcast is Everyone Has a Role to Play. 500 million reasons to play yours, and a realistic game plan for doing so in 7 minutes. And I have less than 1 minute left. So the Black Gold Nation, we are sponsoring an event called The Alliance. We are trying to connect Black barber and Black beauty salons nationwide for a one-night event whereby we can give our introductory presentation that lays out exactly what our issues are in this country, how they got to be that way, and solutions moving forward. Everyone in this country, every Black person in this country gets their hair cut or gets their hair done. The chances are by a Black person, which means we have an opportunity to touch base with business owners, institutions in and around our communities where every Black person frequents. This is a free event. Doesn't cost any money. All it takes is a little time to be committed to asking your barber, asking the owner of the beauty salon where you go, if he or she would be willing to help the Black community move forward on a national level, and then letting us know who that person is. Simple as that, extremely easy. Asking your barber or the owner of the beauty salon where you go, if he or she would be willing to be a part of an alliance to make the community better. Most of them are going to say yes. If they say yes, when they say yes, you let us know. Give us their name and number. We will contact them and take it from there. All we want to do is invite them to a presentation, let them see what we're all about, and have them decide if they think the Black community could benefit from what we're trying to do. 500 million reasons. We gave the movie Black Panther over $750 million in 1 month. That money went to Disney and Marvel Studios. The profits that we gave that movie went to Disney and Marvel Studios. We want to get those dollars to our people because we need that to build communities that have influence, value, and power. How do you get $500 million plus $1 million from Black people every single month? You ask them for it. But when you ask them for it, you have to give them a reason to give it. And then you have to explain to them what you're going to do with it and why they need to be a part. The Alliance, our effort to connect with Black barbershop owners and Black beauty supply owners, is an effort to get in front of enough Black people whereby we can ask them to give a small monthly membership fee and 5 minutes per month toward the liberation and salvation of Black people. We believe that we can do this, and we believe that it's most certainly the chances of becoming successful with this venture are increased exponentially the more Black people we have involved. So we want you to share this video with 5, 10, 15, 20 Black people. Let them know that we have some serious issues that we have to deal with. Let them know that there are solutions on the table that we can implement, and let them know that they have a role to play. Every Black person in this country has a role to play if they want us to be free from the things that have kept us back for 400 plus years. And of course, not everyone will see it. Not everyone will want to be a part of it. Not everyone is ready. That's okay, because we don't need everybody. We need one strong Black person that's committed to moving Black people forward in the top 250 cities in this country. And then via our program, our message, our mission, our leadership, our support, our resources will help to draw the Black community in that town or that city to that one Black person. And then we'll go from there. There's nothing stopping us but us. All we have to do is commit ourselves to a given solution and then make that happen. So with that, I am at the 10-minute mark. I'm 3 minutes over. So I'm going to stop it there. I'll answer the questions that anyone has offline. But the bottom line is that we have issues that we have to deal with. We have enemies that we have to deal with. We have threats and predators in and around our communities. But the fact that these things exist does not mean that we are powerless to push back against them. If we can give a movie over $500 million in 1 month, then why can't we give that amount of money to our people to move ourselves forward? And what we're saying in the Black Gold Nation movement is that we can do that if we are in front of, if we can get our message to enough Black people. And we believe by creating an alliance with Black barbershops and Black beauty salons nationwide, we can most certainly make that happen. There are 85,000 Black churches in America. Black barbershops and Black beauty salons double, if not triple, if not quadruple that number of Black churches in this country. If we have 2, 3, 4, 5 people watching a presentation that gives proven solutions to help move our people forward, if we are doing that in hundreds of thousands of institutions at one time, we put ourselves in a position to move our people forward in a way that's never happened before, continue to make history, and surround our children with layers of security. There's nothing stopping us but us. So let's get about the work, because nobody's going to do it for us. No one is coming to save Black people. So if Black people and Black children are to be saved, it has to come at the hands of Black people. With that, thank you guys very much for watching. You guys have a wonderful Friday and a wonderful weekend. I will be in touch with anyone that's willing to be a part of the alliance to help us make this happen. Again, with this opportunity, there is no Black person in this country. There's no Black person on this planet that does not get their hair cut or their hair did by a Black person. So we know that this event could be a success if we have the right Black people involved. And all we need you to do is ask your barbershop owner or your beauty salon owner if he or she would be willing to be a part of an alliance to make the Black community better. Most of them are going to say yes. We will invite them to a presentation, then we go from there. Thank you very much. You guys have a wonderful evening. God bless. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.